You know, that's a beautiful sight. And it's the kind of thing that you find on the traditional American favorite, the Sunday drive. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth. Flying solo this week. Rhea is on a junket with her sister. She just missed this day, and she is going to be sorry when she sees the show. We've got along with us some good substitutes, some of our friends from the Lone Peak Four-Wheel Drive Club, and we are proving the point that the traditional Sunday drive doesn't always have to be on pavement. We are out in Utah County, and we are headed up towards Scofield Reservoir on a trail loop that you can find on our outsidersutah.com site called the Tucker Scofield Loop. And this is a not real hard thing, but it's out in the back country. It's on dirt roads. It's not a place everybody can go. Let's find out a little bit about what is on this route.
Oh, we saw a little bit of everything. Started out down the sagebrush, worked our way up into the high country, beautiful quakies, pine trees, rolling streams, beaver dams, deer, you name it. We get a little bit of everything when you get up in these mountains. If you have a family with kids, these kind of trips really make it an excellent place to get out because you can stop anywhere along the lines here. You don't have to find an exit. You don't have to find a gas station. You don't have to plan your stops. Kids get a little restless, pull off the side of the road and look at the wildflowers, play in the meadow, splash around in the creek. Any of those kind of things can be done, and they can be done anywhere. Just go at your own pace, stop where you want, go when you want. It's really it's a choose your own adventure, if you will, that you can't necessarily get if you're on the paved roads.
Oh, it's been beautiful. I just like going up through the forest and seeing the road up ahead. You know, you see the road, it goes around the corner, or the road coming down like that great shot that you guys got there. The wildlife was nice. I was very impressed with how they graded the road. I think we've commented on that a couple times, that people have come in and fixed it. The burn scars are kind of fascinating to see how the forest was burnt, how the new growth is coming up. The aspens are starting to come up, and so you see that rejuvenation of the forest, which is kind of exciting to see. It's just been a great trip. The beaver dams are kind of nice too. I like that.
Well, there was a little bit of rain, a little bit of overcast. We found the road to be good in some places, washed out in some places, and repaired in some places. So we do want to say thanks to the people that maintain the roads, because it was would have been impassable without them.
You know, that just shows you the power of Mother Nature. This is a great thing about doing this kind of a Sunday drive, where you take the back roads that are dirt and secluded. I mean, yeah, there's the typical things, wildlife. Yeah, there's the typical thing, pretty mountains. But so far today, we have also seen the scars of a fire, which come from carelessness and mismanagement of our forests. And we've also seen the ravages of flash floods. And it teaches you respect, because to get to where we are today, we have had to cross a couple of areas where the road crews from the county have already had to come out and fix things. And then there are these large meadows where everything's just been laid down by the water, which means that it came through here with a great ferocity. And that would make me be a little bit leery about just crossing that little bit of water coming across the road, because you don't really know how deep and how fast it really is. You can't tell. Anyway, there's your tip for today. Right now it's time for us to go to our where to. Well, there's something I'd expected to see more of today. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are on the Tucker Scofield Loop with the Lone Peak Four-Wheel Drive Club. And since we left Highway 6, I tried to make count. I think I got this right. We've passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want to say, campsites that are just like dispersed camping, little meadows, little turnoffs on the road, little corner where you can tell people have camped in the past, and nobody's there. We saw one campsite earlier that was occupied with a couple of trailers, and then these guys who are camping right up here, which surprises me because it's the middle of August. There's still a lot of camping season left, and maybe it's just because a lot of schools started this last week, but I mean, it is the weekend, And when you live on the Wasatch Front, how much closer can it be? You're like an hour and a half away at most from some great camping in the mountains of Utah.
A lot of people think of a Sunday drive of getting out and, driving up the canyons, up one of our nice, beautiful canyons, paved roads, that kind of thing. But if you take it just a little bit farther, you can find these dirt roads that take you into even better places, fewer people, areas that not everybody gets to experience. And a trail like today doesn't even really take much of an off-road vehicle. Anything with some high clearance, and any of these roads can get you into the high country, and it gets you out to see these wonderful places that not necessarily everybody does, and it really does make a great Sunday afternoon drive. That's one of the interesting things about Jeeping and the off-road world in general is everybody thinks about Moab or Sand Hollow or these big destination places to go on a Jeep trip, and half the fun of it is really getting out on just these back roads. They're not difficult, but they're fun to do. And you get to see places, you get to build the camaraderie, and you just get to explore the state. We live in such a beautiful state that it's just amazing to get out and see what there is to see.
There's mountains in Utah go everywhere. And it's just so much fun to see all the different mountains.
And life's a little slower now. We are retired now, so I don't have to be thinking about work tomorrow. So I sit here and I see that, I can sit and contemplate. I don't have to run by it, I can stop. As Ryan was saying, you could pull off the road, throw some rocks in the stream for a while and enjoy it, enjoy the road, don't just get from point A to point B.
Well, you look at the horizon, but also you look more intently and more deeply at what's in front of you. So you study it more, and that's what I enjoy the most.
We really were going to stop just a minute ago at a beaver dam that was just off the trail just a little bit. But, we're kind of getting hungry, and Scofield's right here, and it's time to stop for lunch, and so we're just going to go find our lunch spot. Something's on the agenda for you, though, and that is this week's Along the Way. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. The number one rule when you go out in the outdoors is don't be on too tight of an agenda. Be flexible. And we learned it today because, hey, we got washed out. All that work the road crew did that we were talking about earlier in the day to get this road nice is all being undone just in a matter of a few minutes. Anyway, we're on our way back over to the top. And so we're backtracking now. We're going to get on pavement and make our way back to where we started this morning. In the meantime, why don't you take a look at next week's show? But guess what? There's a mudslide at that rest stop, and the entire freeway is blocked, or the highway is blocked off. So Bruce and I are going to scout for the rest of them. We're going to go back to Scofield, where we were midpoint in our trip, over the top, down Fairview, and get home that way. So it just proves there's adventure around every bend, right, Bruce?
That's right, and memories.
And memories. You just got to get out there and create your own at your leisure. All right, how's the tires coming?